Hi, William.
Hey, how are you? How you doing?
Good. We're so. How are you? I'm sorry. I was like just talking you up a little bit. Thanks for joining me.
Definitely, man. I had to.
Yeah, I was admiring your work, and I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. I'm like, how come I haven't? I think we were supposed to connect a long time ago.
Yes,
and
your
then
friend Sharon talking about you.
I knew it. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I was like, I know this man. I know his art. And now we are
I was in the
connected.
Bronx actually, and I heard so much about you. So I was like, I have to meet this guy, man. And I heard so many great things about you, but things happen, and we slide out of each other.
Yeah, we're definitely going to make sure this happens. Are you in
yeah, man.
You're in New York?
Yes, I am here.
Oh, okay.
I'm stopping it out with all the New Yorkers. I'm not running away, man.
That's right.
Staying here the whole
Same
time.
here. And New York's been quite beautiful with no one in it, and like the sun.
I love walking around without anybody looking at me. I love it, man. It's so nice. For some reason, I'm like you.
Yeah.
I meditate quite a lot. I'm always like in a relaxed environment and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I shoot right here in my studio, so it's always like trying to keep the right mindset while I work and all that stuff, man.
Yeah. Are you in Brooklyn or Manhattan or
Bushwick, man? Bushwick.
Wow, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, all that space. Oh, we definitely have to connect.
Space. I mean, look how high my studio is, yeah? Look.
What?
It's all the way up
no.
So,
I'm going to come in. We're going to do some stuff.
Nice.
So I want you to just kind of break down, give everyone a little bit of an overview about who you are.
Are you ready for this? Because I'm not nice.
Listen, I want to give me a little bit, and I'll jump in a little bit. But just give them a lady, so they can discover and, meet.
Well,
and, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've been doing this for, I'm still pretty young, but I've been doing it since I was like a young man, like a kid. Like I've been doing this for over 10 years.
Wow. Yeah.
And I've seen so much, man. Like it's hard to describe to you, and it's painful also that this is the time we're talking about this. Does that make sense? Like, I think as a whole human race, we have a problem that we need to talk about, man. That we're talking about race in 2020. When I was a child, when I was a young man, I never thought I would talk about like my skin color being your problem. To get a job, to understand how I feel, to be afraid to walk down the block, or this is 2020. This is the year we thought cars would fly. This is the year we thought
the Jetsons.
Like, so much would change, but it's not, man. Like, let's be real. The way race is in fashion industry and in the world seems like a piss bed just being covered for so long, and now we smell it. And it's hard to like embrace.
Everyone has on. We all literally have on masks too right now.
Like we've been wearing masks for so long, and I'll tell you this: for the longest time I've been here, like I've spoke so much about this to agents, to bookers, and I've been the hard ass guy when it comes. You can ask about me. They'll tell you like William is always tough with people. I'm like, I don't care how you see it,
Right.
And I think that's the thing. Most people were so afraid to talk about this stuff because they were afraid of one thing that everybody worships. You know what that is? Money. There's so much cowards in the industry. There's so much people that care about the idea of the value of money and their job and their status or the parties they're going to go to have this glam idea. But the truth was there the whole time.
Absolutely.
People of color watching it happen, and agents of color. There's so many of them. They saw it happen, and they were allowing it, enabling it. I even had agents
for decades.
Seriously, man. And I had people of color telling me even how to shoot as a photographer. You have to shoot only black people, or you have to shoot only this white model. I'm like, man, listen. I don't care what you say, fam. I shoot what I want to shoot.
And if it's beautiful,
that are beautiful. I don't care what color you are. The problem is that racism is the problem because we've done it for so long that we think we have to side with one part. We need everybody.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying, fam?
Yep.
Nobody understands that.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We have to all join in and say, listen, there's a real problem here that we all have to shoot everybody. We all have to notice everybody. Like photography has different styles. Fashion should grow exponentially. We talk about like models. Black models need to support black photographers.
Black
stylists.
And the whole ecosystem.
It's the whole connection.
Yep.
And that's, I think we've just been so cowardice about it. We've just been so quiet about it. We don't want to talk about it because we don't want to lose our status on the top 50 or whatever that stuff is. And I mean, to be honest with you, can I be real with you? Like, I'm not a social media guy. I don't get on this. I
Right.
don't like talking about this because
Right.
you offend one part of some black people, you offend some part of some white people,
Yeah.
you offend this guy. I'm like, I've been doing it for 10 years. If you're not gonna hire me in 10 years, I don't care if you're gonna hire me.
Bro,
You know
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah.
Know? And if you tell me, Will, what have you experienced racially? Listen, let me ask you this. How many Vogues do you think exist right now?
Woo.
How many Vogues? It's about 20 over.
20 at least.
Almost 30 Vogues.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How many covers are given to black photographers?
Woo. Very few. Almost none.
Black photographers. Now, I'm not done yet. I made a comment on V Magazine the other day. They were showing something about black lives and all that stuff. And the whole team was white. I'm like, this is just a trend for you guys.
The disconnect, yeah.
This is a trend for you guys. You don't understand. We're sitting here. We have the skill to also shoot black people. What are we doing? What are we not talented enough? You can't do your research and see who's actually out there, who's working hard to deserve this.
Absolutely.
I've done it for so many years. I'm almost giving up on it. I'm like, listen, fam.
Yo.
Change. Black models are afraid to say something. Black stylists that I've worked with are afraid to say something. This people are afraid to say because they don't want to lose their status or they feel like you're not as talented. That
and that's the saddest part.
Humans,
like, they don't want
to
allow us to, like, flourish each other. You know, like this whole crab in the barrel thing. You know, it's so crazy. It's like, I agree with you 100%. And that's the truth because I built my whole career of just kind of being a rebel, you know, and kind of doing my own thing and like saying, fuck you, pay me, like this kind of world. Like, because I believe in just the authenticity of a real relationship and a creative person and their process. I believe in that. But I hate when they try to put you in the box of being in, again, the diversity group, they're pulling that diversity card or, you know, they want you to be the only black situation, the token black. And that shit has to end, you know, because
it does. I'm not a trend.
I'm not a trend. And it's like, these magazines really need to forcefully make sure they find the right photographers, the right bookers, the right agents that's going to give them the platform.
But Jerome, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Do you think this is going to change?
It better change because it's already tilted. Like if we go back to some basic ass way of looking at it, first of all, everyone in this whole Black Lives Matter streets, that's cute, but what is going to happen after that? You know what I'm saying? What good is a Black Lives Matter street? Yeah, like what good is a Black Lives Matter street?
When Eric Garner was murdered by the cops, I was in the front, right on. I have it on my. You can look all the way down on my Instagram. I was right in the front of the Black Lives Matter march, all the way from 14th Street, all the way to when we met the cops on 110th Street. I remember. And the cops came to us and they were going to arrest us, and I don't want to go to jail, man. It's not going to be good for me. So I had to leave. But my thing, that was about 4 years ago, yeah?
Yep,
And we're still here. You know, Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job.
Which is ridiculous.
Like,
kneeling.
He pointed it out, yeah?
He pointed out. And
how many people in fashion are going to say, because I have, listen, let me tell you something. I have so many white friends. I have so many friends in industry, you know, and I talk to them quite a lot. I'm like, you know, I always feel uncomfortable next to you because you only invite me for when you think it's black enough for me to be around it. You know, like I play basketball with some of my mates, yeah, and I play basketball with them. And you only invite me when it's a basketball game because I'm 6'. I'm a tall black man. I'm not small. I'm 6'6", 240 pounds.
Oh, put him in. He's tall black. He play ball.
Yeah, he play ball, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like they invite me to play basketball, but when they have their hipster barbecue, I'm just not there.
Right, I agree.
I'm just not there. And
I understand.
Like, but I don't understand. When you have your little get-together, you see a few token black people just like lingering around the places, like sprinkled, just so they don't offend anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to start saying, listen, why don't I have enough black friends in my group? Why is that?
And that's the conversation.
But just a certain race of people because it makes you feel comfortable. Why is that?
That is the conversation.
We're human beings. Yo, Lamar, I'm not like you. But that's what makes it special. We're different black human beings. We're not all the same black human beings.
Right.
We all don't like rap. We all don't like country. We all don't like the same thing. We like different things. So why are we so excluded from things because of what? We bleed purple or yellow? What's the difference in your blood and my blood? You know,
so true.
And the reason why I sound so aggravated is because, Lamar, it's been over. I'm almost emotional about it, to be honest with you. I remember the first time I got into Vogue. So without this movement, I've been working hard my whole life. Without this movement, I've shot for Harper's, I've shot for Vogue, I've shot for so many things. And I remember the first time I got into Vogue, I think I cried that night. I'm not lying. I cried. Because I've had photographers that have been in the industry for only 4 years, 3 years. They got Vogue before I did.
Of course.
They got chances to shoot.
You know,
I've been there for
why.
years. And I have to give a shout out to all the photographers that have been shooting before I did. The black photographers that we don't recognize. We don't ever talk about them. We let them. We just let them slide, like Colin Kaepernick, like
and
they
struggle.
Never did anything for us. There's so
Yeah.
many black people that have been shooting way before William Law started shooting. There's so many talented black people that have been doing so many things in the industry and speaking up, but we ignore them.
Absolutely.
And now we sit here. We're talking like we just came. This is a new brand atmosphere. No, it's not, man.
It's been a fight.
We're ignorant.
Yeah.
You know, we're ignorant. And the point is that if we don't stick up for these people, nothing is going to change.
It's going to keep happening.
Tell them, like, listen, who shot this? Like, if you look on models.com, look at the things coming up. You see how many people are shooting there. You see, like, they only put black models. Just say, okay, we're not racist.
We have that.
You could see this. You could see that we have black people involved.
Right.
I'm like, okay, so what is wrong with having one person of color, stylist, makeup artist, even a nail technician, for crying out loud, on the team? What's the problem with that?
Period.
Like, it's just like, I'm just tiring, bro. It's tiring, man.
And it's the way that they, so, you know, in a way, we need to start tightening our network as well. But it's not about us and them, but it's also about, like, how do we pull up each other when we get into these atmospheres? Because there's a lot of editors. Yeah.
Listen, bro, the idea of slavery has made black people almost be nervous to support each other.
Like, you don't want to be too many blacks.
Like, you know, I'm like, listen, okay, let me ask you this. If we take off all the cops, from society, let's say we abolish the cops, because these pigs, I've been terrified about them for a long time. But let me ask you, if we take off all the cops, do we police ourselves? Are we good at doing that? That's the question you have to ask now. Like, let's ask each other.
It's going to be probably worse.
Your brother's keeper. Would you say, listen, if somebody's doing something wrong, you're going to speak out. You're going to protect your neighbor.
Right.
Because humans are going to be humans. We're fucked up. That's what we do. We do dumb shit. We do dumb stuff. For
no reason to each other.
For no reason. We do something. I mean, murders are still happening. Robberies are still happening. So my question to my fellow human beings, would you wake up and say you will stick up for your own friend? You will stick up for your own brothers. You will stick up for everybody. Would you do that? But I don't think you will.
No.
Keep happening.
Till
as humans, we take responsibility for us being human beings. Kind to the guy next to you, your neighbors, to the people in the industry. When you start saying, listen, it's not about the government. Fuck the government. It's about us.
Us.
Do you understand? It's about us, human beings, caring for other human beings.
Yep.
The way we do that, then things will change, bro. I'm serious.
That's at the core of it. That's literally the core of it, you know? And it feels like, you know, it really feels like everything is so tainted, you know? Like, so, like, it's always, like, it's going to tilt over and blow up, this whole world, you know? Because it's been so, especially 2020. 2020 could go right in the trash right now. I'm done with it. You know? But it's been such a really tough, miserable time for people of color. And it's really refreshing that this is actually coming out, that people can wake up to it and acknowledge it somehow. Because now, if you don't acknowledge it, you're going to be called out, period. And the power of now is we shouldn't have to call people out for this kind of stuff.
But you have to.
But now we have to, right?
Have to.
And this, you got to hold people accountable.
Like now, you have to start asking, when you see a magazine cover, when you see this, look at the full picture.
Yeah.
When you see a whole, I'm going to call somebody out. I'm going to call something out because I don't care. So for 4 or 5 years, I've reached out to Vogue Mexico because, you know, and I've asked them, like, hey, listen, you work with, like, all my teammates that I know of color. You know, I've worked with them.
Right.
And I've worked with Vogue. I've worked with those teammates. And they referred me, like, William is a good photographer. It's not about race. He's just a good photographer. You know, what's going on? And they'll say, oh, yeah, we have something for you. Then next year, oh, sorry, we don't. I'm like, now looking at the magazine, it's all white photographers.
Of course.
Like, for 4 years, bro. For 4 years. And Vogue Mexico is not even all that on the level of, like...
I know. They should be respecting that.
Give us the scraps. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The scraps. You know, and I sent her a message on Instagram. You're posting a black box like you really care about diversity, but you're part of the problem.
Period.
You're part of the problem.
I think
black
if
box around the place like I care about your black boxes or your fist power thing. Treat us with respect that you treat your other mates with. Treat us with the same respect. You know, and you won't believe this. I've got so much support from even some designers that they're not of color. White people and say, listen, Will, we're with you. You know, Jonathan Cohen. You know, not only does he shoot a black model, he puts me in his shots. You know, they listen to my idea. They say, listen, Will, how do you want this shot, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Different people like saying, listen, Will, how do you want to speak with your pictures? Tell us how you feel about that. And that just makes you feel more of a human being, man. Seriously, man. These Vogues don't treat you like that, and they don't even pay. So everybody hearing out there, they don't pay.
They don't pay.
It's not
no money there.
My test shoots are worth more than Vogue. Okay.
Period.
So I stopped writing letters to them because I gave up on them. They don't pay. Not only that, then when we even do the shoot, they say, "Oh, we want a specific kind of model." I'm like, "But I got this model." Oh, well, no. So let's just be real, man. It's all fixed. It's all a matrix. It's all.
It's all tainted.
It's all tainted, man.
And you know, for that reason, you know, I'm about to start. I got to quit someone else in there. But let me tell you something. On that note, for that reason, I'm happy everything is kind of crashing and burning and shifting. You know, because it's about time for, you know, a new guard, a new conversation, and a new cycle to enter. And I believe. So we're gonna have to work on some stuff. I haven't styled in a minute because I've been doing creative directing stuff, but let's do some stuff because we should have. It's long overdue.
I told you I wanted to talk to you a long time ago, man.
This is great.
Man. All right.
Yes, we're gonna definitely work. But yo, thank you for this.
It was great. It was great chatting with you, man. It was definitely great chatting with you, man. Have a good one. All right.
Likewise. See you soon.
See you later, man.
Later. Yeah. See, he was speaking.